Right, here we go. Seneca Major, chapter 20. I shall seem, perhaps, plura to you. There'll be lots of things concerning my buddy Latrone. So many things concerning him, it should seem to you, that you desire to hear. I will expose or set it out for you. Myself, also, this something I've maybe seen in advance or something in the future, so that memory of him, whenever the occasion was there, it's difficult for me to avellare, to pluck myself away from thinking of him. I think this is a neck, actually. Neither will I be content, nevertheless, with these, but whenever memory is inviting me, I shall most gladly rethink over it in the facam. So I'll make it so that you will know him, all of him, totem of him. So he's going to go over it in his memory and you'll get to know him from memory. Illud unum. This one thing I shall not defer. That's put it off, would delay. The false opinion concerning him, still in infinitive and accusative speech, has grown strong in the minds of men. So concerning him, there's been a false opinion that's grown strong. For they think, certain people think, maybe, that he spoke fortiter, which is strongly, but leastly he spoke subtly, or with the details, I suppose. Cum looks adversative here, so it could be although in him, if there was some other virtue, it was his subtleties and it's the opposite of what people are thinking, basically. 21. This, which now I've noticed by no one to be happening, or being done by anybody, is that something that he always did. Before he began to speak, sitting down, the questions that he would be about to dicture us, that he would be about to speak, questions of the controversial topic, he would propose. So he's doing this in advance, setting it out, like with the pro video bit we saw earlier, which is of the greatest fiducia. So great confidence this man's showing. So it's a quality here. Ipsa, something female, anim, for an action. So an action's like maybe what the declamations are on about, or lawyers do. For these speaking actions, they have many hiding places, ladbras. So it's not easily done if there's subtlety lacking in some place to appear. So it's not easy for something to appear if it's these minutiae missing, there's many hiding places. When the course of the oration or the speaking, this is an impediment to the hearing people. It's impeding their judgment, and it's hiding this from the person speaking, the decentis. At means but when something's nude, proponentur. So when some limbs, I guess, of the speech or sections of the speech, these are proponented, another pro meaning beforehand. So when these are thought out in advance, then he was obviously, when he was sitting down, he would propose these, and all these pros are used for it in advance. So when he's made bare what his speech is going to be in advance, if there's something either in the number or the order of it is missing, this should be manifest to the hearer. So if he outlines something and it's out of line, it's pretty manifest. So what then? From where do these rumours about him come from? Nihilist. Nothing is more unfair, you might say unequal, than these, who they think that never is there any subtleties or details, except where there is nothing besides subtleties and information. And in him, when all the virtues of oratory were in him, this fundamental thing, so much and with so much mass, was he was overwhelmed. His foundation, this was overwhelmed by all these superstructures, all this other building on top of stuff. So it was not lacking in him, but just that it was not really eminent and shining about. Okay, and nescio weather, and I don't know whether the greatest fault of this subtlety, or which the lobe calls acuteness, is to show yourself excessively. So it's a great fault to put in all the subtle details excessively. For insidias, which are plotting and treacheries, they harm more when they're latent, when they're hidden. The most useful sort of thing is a dissimulated subtleties and acuteness. which in effect one can see they're apparent, but in habitu they are latent. So, but really, these are contrasting here, these two bits. Okay, basically where it's hidden is where it is a line hidden, but the effect's apparent anyway. 22. I shall interplace, and so amongst these I'll place in certain places the questions of the controversy, just as by him they were proposed. Nor shall I subtext arguments in these or examples in these or something like that. And I shall not exceed the modum, the limit, and his purpose. When you want to hear his centennies, his thoughts, his opinions, and whatever is taken away from these, if something's taken away, it will be a molestum to you in future. It will cause a bit of trouble to you. This also, my Latro would do it, since because he loved these epigrams, centennials, he has the epigrams in the lobe. When we were fellow students, condisciples, at the school of the Rhetor Marum, he was a man satisfactorily dry. Very few things were beautiful, but not with a vulgar type of things. He would speak. He was speaking. When he imputed in the controversy, there was very exilia. That means very thin types of orations that he would impute. He would say, "It's necessary for me." Walking to go for a spiny, thorny place to put my feet. But Latro said, not by Hercules are you feet treading on these spines, these thorns, but they have them. They're not treading on them, your feet have these thorns. And immediately he would say this epigram, which is able maximally, greatly, in the declamations of Mara to be placed in his arguments or examples. Okay, so what did I put here? Per video, we saw a lot of pros for in advance, make provision for in advance, etc. Back to that.